Terima kasih kepada saudari pengurusi majlis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan salam satu Malaysia. To Your Majesties, Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say in bahasa first and I'll continue. Terlebih dahulu saya ingin mengucapkan syukur kerana kita dapat bersama-sama menghadiri The Global Child Forum on Children bagi siri Southeast Asia pada hari ini. Setinggi-tinggi penghargaan kepada penganjur kerana memilih Malaysia sebagai tuan rumah dan terutamanya menjemput saya untuk menyampaikan ucapan. Izinkan saya untuk meneruskan ucapan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris. Let me first thank the organizers, Majesties, Highnesses, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Global Child Forum, the United Nations Global Compact, the ASEAN CSR Network, and other organizations that support the Global Child Forum for Southeast Asia. It is an opportunity for the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development Malaysia to be a part of this great forum as it is in line with the Ministry's vision. This is the first Global Child Forum for Southeast Asia and indeed a privilege that Their Majesties, the King and the Queen of Sweden, decided to have the forum here in Malaysia. I am truly honored to stand here and it gives me great pleasure to extend a warm welcome on behalf of the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development to all delegates from across the ASEAN countries and everyone here, even globally. And I wish you all in Bahasa is called Selamat Datang. Initiated by His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen of Sweden in 2009, Global Child Forum is an independent global multi-stakeholder platform for informed dialogue and thought leadership on how to advance children's rights in support of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. The Global Child Forum aims at gathering leaders from businesses, from governments, from academia, and civil society in a joint effort to implement children's rights. As the forum's theme will be mobility and connectivity, children's rights and business in the ASEAN region, the discussion will focus on the solutions and opportunities to improve the lives of the children and youth in the ASEAN region and what all of us can do despite sectors or organizational belongings. Thus, I believe the purpose of the Global Child Forum for Southeast Asia to call on all parts of the society with a special focus on business to take action to strengthen children's rights in the region may be achieved successfully. I personally believe the decision of having this forum in Malaysia as well as the chosen theme is very much timely as the House of Senate or the Upper House just passed the Child Bill Amendment 2015 yesterday. That is the 4th of May 2016. I mean, you bring us luck. I mean, it flowed very nicely. And amongst the very many highlights of the amendment is the importance of connectivity, of participation, of involvement, and not only the community, but also children themselves. Now, another significant meeting on children, which was also approved by the cabinet meeting yesterday. I mean, it all happened yesterday. It's so nice. I mean, I didn't have any part to play in this. I mean, it just came about that way. And cabinet meeting yesterday was in Kuching, and Kuching is happening. Something is happening in Kuching, the state I come from. That's why I almost, I'm losing my voice. It's a little bit husky, kind of thing. It's election time. And the cabinet yesterday just approved the high-level meeting on South-South cooperation for child rights in the Asia and the Pacific. And I think it'll be held in November in Kuala Lumpur. So it's all right here. So the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, in collaboration with the United Nations Children Fund, UNICEF, will be hosting this meeting on the 7th and 8th November 2016 in Kuala Lumpur, and it will be focusing on 3 topics, namely ending violence against children, or safe and secure places for children, universal health coverage, and social protection as an instrument to combat child poverty and social exclusion. So it's so nice, it's so timely, it's together with what this forum today is all about. I mean, God is great, sometimes it happens that way. It's so timely. Like a proud mother, and of which I'm a mother and a grandmother, now always boasting on child's development. We as mothers will say, now my boy can walk, now my boy can talk, that kind of thing. Allow me to share just a few key amendments that I believe is much anticipated in Malaysia and relevant to this forum. Now, the first new concept I would like to highlight is on family-based care. Similar form, the commonly used term. Now, this word, it was quite some time for me to learn to say this word without any break. Deinstitutionalization. Thank you. It was quite difficult. I had to stop halfway. Now, this approach is to instill the concept of family first, an approach we at the ministry strongly believe in. The amendment gives priority by law that when a child is in need of protection, care and rehabilitation, including children out of control, the option of placement should start with the family, or at least in a family setting, whilst considering placing them in a welfare institution as the last option. In our institution is the last. Think of all the other options. If all doesn't work or no one, then it's our institution. And even in our institution, we try our very best to have the family setting there. Now, this is crucial, particularly in ensuring healthy and wholesome development of every child. This is also to support studies and findings that emphasizes the importance of every child in getting the attention, protection, care, and of course love from a family setting, particularly a father and a mother's nurturing and upbringing approach. Children, they will say, where's my mother? Where's my father? That kind of environment. And in our institution, the mother and father are my officers, but we have about 200 to 300 children. Yeah. So this is where we thought maybe let them be in their family, then it's a better kind of environment. Children participation also become one of the key amendments to the Child Act 2001 with the establishment of the National Council for Children. This is truly a big progress for children as it acts in advising and proposing recommendations to the government in all issues related to protection, care, rehabilitation, development, and participation of children at the national, regional, and international level. Interestingly enough, the element of children participation is obvious. As the council, my council, chaired by me, I'll have at least 2 children representatives, but normally I'll tell my officers, I want more. I want to listen to them. And they are here, right here with me, that kind of thing. I would like to believe this is one of its kind council, since there'll be under 18 attending this council, and I look forward to chairing the council. I already have, and I have there a few children leaders. So in fact, they are from the local leaders, the local children's council, and they come forward to my council. Sometimes they take turn, to be in my council, so that they have the chance at least to voice whatever things that children wants the government to listen to them too. Now, Excellency, Majesties, Highnesses, Excellencies, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, children are important asset towards the country's development. Indeed, they will inherit our legacy, and the children of our country are our future. It is in their hands that we'll all be seeing our development. So their well-being, rights, and possibilities in life is of utmost importance today and tomorrow. Now, in 1995, the government of Malaysia, amongst other countries, has ratified the Convention on the Rights of the Child, CRC, and to date, all ASEAN countries have signed the convention, and as a signatory to CRC, state parties are obligated in making sure that it is the right of a child to be protected, to be represented, to be given the opportunity to participate, and most importantly, to be heard. With regards to this, my ministry is steadily and consistently, we work towards the realization of children's rights, not just to comply to CRC solely, nonetheless as our main commitment in accomplishing development of the nation, specifically to children. Now, while children in the country and the region are enjoying more rights than previous generations, more can definitely be done to ensure children are safe, educated, and healthy in order to develop their full potential. Like other countries in ASEAN, the government of Malaysia has made tremendous efforts at national level, of which the government is working closely with other government agencies, corporate sectors, NGOs, and even communities. And we'll call this as our National Blue Ocean Strategy, or in short, and in Malaysian here all know, it's called NBOS. Now, in conducting lots of programs for children, those advocacy programs, workshops on intervention programs, and conferences are our testimony in making sure every single child in Malaysia knows their rights and shall be given opportunity to grow with all the rights and protection, inshallah. Ladies and gentlemen, coming back to the theme of this forum, I was made to understand in the regional benchmark study, which will be discussed today, the Global Child Forum and Boston Consulting Group have evaluated 289 companies from across the region to assess if and how companies address and report on children's rights. The results showed that companies, to a large extent, have a sense of the importance of being a good corporate citizen by contributing to programs and community investment initiatives. However, the results of the study also tell us that there is a lot of work to be done and huge opportunities for companies and others to act, as children's rights have not yet made it into the boardrooms and strategic business analysis in most companies in the region. I look forward to read the recommendations coming out from the discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, today we will hear from leading experts, business leaders, and practitioners on how children's rights can be accelerated in the region. Indeed, the ASEAN region enjoys increased mobility and connectivity, and with this comes new opportunities for business to protect, support, and advance children's rights. We will today focus on opportunities presented by technological progress, a young, growing, and migrating workforce, and the expanding travel and tourism in the region. The ASEAN community has entered a new phase with the formation of the ASEAN Economic Community as of January 2016. We now call ourselves the ASEAN Community. A single market for goods, services, capital, and labor. ASEAN is one of the world's fastest growing markets, and this brings opportunities for business and indeed for business to be done in a sustainable manner. Every chance should be taken to ensure that the power of business is used as an engine to drive change for the better of the region's children. Indeed, with the large share of the population in the region being children and youth, this is a great opportunity and investment for a sustainable and prosperous ASEAN. While the region is increasingly connected, there are, of course, vast differences in the adoption and connectivity across the region, with Indonesia being termed a digital nation, Singapore having almost 75% of its population online, and by contrast, Myanmar with only 1% of its population accessing internet. This is how the scenario of the ASEAN region. Now, in the era of easy and fast connectivity, the world has become borderless, particularly with the use of internet is just at our fingertips. Access to knowledge, participation, leisure, and play are fundamental rights of all children, as enshrined in the CRC. However, the convention, in particular to Article 17, refers to access to information by children and protection from information and material injurious to his or her well-being. The internet, mobile phones, and other electronic media offer opportunities for these rights to be fulfilled as they provide children and young people with unlimited access to information. We often remind our children on safety issues and remind them not to talk to strangers. Decades ago, this was a simple task to monitor. The whole idea of talking to strangers has now changed with internet, and the dark side of the vast connectivity is our children are exposed and easily manipulated from their innocence into pornography, cyberbullying, and worse, prostitution. Actions had to be taken, particularly in creating a holistic protection system, hence for Malaysia, the development of a child online protection, and we did this in 2015, last year, consisting of multiple and multi-layer stakeholders, including corporates, pioneering in digital access in a smart move for Malaysia. We'll bring all this together. This is an area where we all can join forces to make sure children are safe online as well as offline. It's both. We want them to be safe. Ladies and gentlemen, advancing children's rights is the key to a stable, prosperous, and sustainable region. Investing in children is investing for the future of the country. This year is the start of the implementation of the SDGs, the new Agenda 2030. The new agenda is clear. We shall leave no one behind in the quest to make poverty history. This means that we'll need to work together to make sure that all children in the region is benefiting from the development and that the rights of all children, regardless of nation, grouping, age, or condition, are respected and promoted. ASEAN Vision 2025 that charts the broad strategic direction of ASEAN in this decade, that is 2016 to 2025, aim at consolidating ASEAN community building, building upon and deepening the integration process. The ASEAN 2025 vision, which is aspiring towards a politically cohesive, economically integrated, and socially responsible ASEAN, must be the champion of change for the children's rights to be accelerated and realized. Business and social must be discussed on the same agenda, same table, just like the forum today, even though both areas do have different goals. What separates us also binds us together for the benefit of a better future. Before I come to an end, I look forward to get from this Global Child Forum for Southeast Asia suggestions, solutions, sharing of best practices, and recommendations to address the issues for all children in Southeast Asia. And I also hope you do find time at the same time to enjoy our Malaysian hospitality in our culture, food, fashion maybe, and this forum is also held in the heart of Kuala Lumpur, where all attractions, souvenirs are just a walk away. So I wish you all a very happy, fruitful forum, and thank you very much. Sekian, wabillahi taufik, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.